Hello, welcome to Three Crows Runes. My name is Jen. Let's do some rune readings. Today we are doing the readings that we try to do every month where it's like, what do you need to know the most right now? So we are using the Woodland Wardens Oracle deck, and we are using the Elder Futhark on Smokey Quartz. And so feel into the cards. One or more of these will have a message for you of what you need to know the most right now. So we have card number 1, card number 2, card number 3, and card number 4. I will put the timestamps in the description, and I will see you at the readings. Bye! Hello to those of you who chose card number 1. So let's turn the card and see what it is to start this message of what you need to know the most right now. And we have the chipmunk and laurel, which is success. So either you are having it or you are seeking it. So let's get some runes down and get some clarity on this. The chipmunks are great. What do we need to know the most right now for card number 1, people? I hope you're well. I hope you're doing well. I'm going to lay down the whole reading and then I'm going to go from there. We're still having a heat wave. It's still there. It's still happening. We get like a few days of not heat wave, so it's not like we have constant heat wave. Although our grass is currently hay, but we are having a little bit of relief from the heat wave, and then it goes back into the heat wave. But it is August, and so hopefully this is it's only a matter of time before it stops being a heat wave. This is a rune. This is Vunyo. It looks invisible, but it's not. It's actually Vunyo. Okay, so your central issue for card number 1, people, for the chipmunk and laurel for success, we have algaes, which is the rune of the elk. This has to do with protection and support. It's just like this is about, you may have it or you may be seeking it. This is basically protection and support. So you may actually already have protection and support, or you may be seeking protection and support. That may be what it's about. I'm thinking probably more like the latter, given that you've just had a surprise that sort of threw you. Whether this is basically Pertho reversed. Pertho's the rune of the lot box. This has to do with surprises and also fate. And reversed on the path line, you can read it 2 ways. First of all, an unpleasant surprise that happened. Something that was completely unexpected, but it revealed something that was always going on and that had always been the case. But the other way that I'm going to read this may have been something you found out about yourself, which has now led to you saying, okay, I want to have support around me. I want to have protection around me, because you got to feel like that. So first one's probably a little more likely given the situation, but the second one's also possible, and both are definitely possible, because when you find something out that is unpleasant but that's always been going on, this does actually teach you something about yourself as well, and you can move forward and say, okay, now we're going to look for protection and support in this. What is going to help us is we have Berkana reversed. Berkana is the rune of the birch tree. This has to do with beginnings and birth. Any beginnings that you had begun, this is a good time to back burner them. Lots of bees, lots of alliteration. But this is the time to back burner any beginnings that you've begun, because you're going to want to retake those steps, taking into consideration what this is and keeping in mind that you want to build support around you. This is not necessarily people. This is just basically systems that support you and situation, like places that support you, and basically you're just looking for support. But it's outer. Inner is always implied, but this is basically outer support that you're looking for. So yeah, back up, take some steps back. Whatever you had begun, let's begin this. Let's back burner the beginning and let's go back to start again, because we want to make sure that we're carrying forward everything that's going to lead to this. The other way that this is going to actually be read, what is going to help you, is we're going to incubate a new beginning. You're going to be starting something brand new, that you're going to be unfurling, that is going to be your new rebirthing. This is the birch tree. It's beginnings and birth. So it's a rebirthing. When it's reversed, you've got the incubation thing happening, where it's like right from the deep beginning. There's a fly in here. Go away. I'm hoping it doesn't make a cameo, but if it does, that'll be a laugh. Back in school, I know I told you this story before. Back in school, way the heck back, they used to have those projection machines where you'd get the clear paper that you'd put in wasn't paper, it was like plastic, but it was clear. And then the teacher would have drawn like maps and things on them to project. And then a fly landed on it, and we were watching it following like the exploration trail of, I think it was Cortez or something. It was very, very funny. Anyway, back burner the beginning, and also that you are letting yourself incubate a new beginning for yourself. What isn't going to help is just basically fear of the unknown at this point. A sense of like, if this was the case, which it turned out to be, what else could there be that might surprise me that will be not pleasant, and that kind of thing. So just that might drag you down. Bring yourself back up to, it's like, no, well, this is why we're going to do this. We're going to back up. We're going to take it from the start, and we're going to allow ourselves to become the new me that you need, the new you that you need to become in order to deal with this. Next step on the pathline, and what's pinning the entire reading, is Thurisaz, which is the rune of the Thorn, the Giant, the Gateway. It is challenge rune. It's basically what this whole thing is about. This whole thing has created a challenge for you, and you are looking for success through this, whatever success is for you, but also starting by making sure that you have that you're supported in this. So your next step, and what's pinning the reading, is Thurisaz. You're embracing this challenge, and there's also a threshold to be crossed. This is Thurisaz upright, so there is a threshold at this point, and this is all going to be about crossing this particular threshold. From where you were, where you didn't realize this, and now you're looking for support, to afterwards when you have this and this, which I'm going to get to. What is going to help you when you hit this threshold in front of you, which is a challenge? We have Kaunaz, which is the rune of the torch or the fire. This is expansion. It's something that's opening out, something that starts small like an ember and goes into a blaze. And so we're basically taking this new beginning that you're having, this deep incubated new beginning, and then we're going to expand it. We're going to build it forward, because this is why we backed up. Like, make sure that we have support in place. And then our next step, where we're facing the challenge, is now this is where we're going to expand it out. We're going to, if this is the you that you are unfurling, this is going to just unfurl even more, and we're going to unfurl into this new space, which is just beyond this threshold. It could be a mental space. It could be just basically a situational space kind of thing. Like, you were in this situation before, and now you're in this one, and you're going to expand into it. But that's what's going to help. Expand your field of vision as you go out, and that will actually also protect against this, where you really didn't expect this, and then suddenly there it was. So now you're in a situation where, as you expand into this new headspace or situational space, or even possibly a new space, to expand your field of vision, to open out and be like more, allow yourself to be more aware of what's going on around, so that you can take in more, and then that will help you be aware of what you're walking into. What isn't going to help is we have Othala, which is the rune of the home and the homeland. This is in the lower line. This is worries about your comfort zone, worries about comfort, worries about, will I have a sense of security in this new space? It's also warning against stagnation. You can't basically carry forward what you had before this moment into this new space. It's like, okay, now I can go back to what I was. You can never go back to what you were now that you know this thing. So don't shrink yourself down into like, now I can go back to being that. You can't. You are more now. You can't even fit yourself back into that. So move across the threshold, expand into the new space, and let your field of vision expand, because that's what's going to help you. Your next step on the pathline is taking it step by step. We have Ivaz, which is the rune of the yew tree. This is patience, slow growth, slow development, step by step. And we're integrating basically what you used to be with what you are becoming. And it's basically not something you do all at once. You are taking it step by step. What's going to help you with that is you're going to be seeing the fruits of your labors right away. So you're going to have constant encouragement every step you take that it's the right step. We have Yira, which is the rune of the harvest and also time. It's focus in the present moment, but it's also abundance. It's the fruits of your labors. So that's what's going to help, is just seeing that. And look at this path. It's like, okay, we're going to back up. We're going to start building again from scratch. Then we are expanding out into the threshold that we've crossed, like across the threshold. And then we have the fruits of our labors of what we're working on. What isn't going to help at this stage with Ivaz, taking it step by step, is just the fears about unhappiness, the worries about unhappiness, and the unhappiness that you got from this moment is still with you. Like this could drag you down, just this feeling of discontentment and worry that you're going to get another reveal that's going to mess everything up and you're going to have to go back to start again. And this is basically, because it's hard for you because you went from like this shock to like, I don't want to leave my comfort zone and I want to go back to my comfort zone. But the comfort zone that you want to go back to doesn't exist anymore. And then you're just feeling uncomfortable and unhappy. But you're building a new happiness. You're building your new space in which to be happy. So bring yourself back up to like where you are seeing the results right away. You are seeing the fruits of your labors. And your next step on the path line and rounding out this reading is Nauthiz reversed. So Nauthiz is the rune of need. It always means tend to your needs, but when it's reversed, it means drop everything and tend to your needs. So what this is talking about is two things. First of all, you will know very much at this stage, once you get to this point, what you need and what needs to be attended to immediately. So first of all, triage, that kind of thing. Like you're going to be very aware of what needs your attention, and it's going to be very clear and you're going to be able to take that on. But the other thing this is saying is that you're going to be looking inwardly at your inner needs, what you need there. And that actually is going to lead from this. Just that sense of, yes, like I'm seeing the fruits of my labors, but I'm still carrying this unhappiness. So tend to that inner need. But at the same time, as you're seeing the fruits of your labors coming into fruition, with every step you take, you're going to start to say, okay, since that's working, I'm going to start working on the things that I really, really need and that are really showing up as almost emergencies in my life. And I'm going to start taking those on because I had success with that. I'm going to have success with this. So that, card number 1, people, is your reading for what do you need to know the most right now. I wish you all the best for this, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, card number 2, people. So we're going to start by turning this card and seeing what it is that you need to know the most right now. And we have the Elk and Ash, Strength. So you are either, I had the same thing with the last one, you're either feeling very much in your strength or you are seeking your strength. You're looking for that and how to connect with that. So let's get some runes down for clarity. Yes. And you got to do it. You got to do it. It's something you need. That's blank. They're like getting bigger as I go along, except for that one. Okay. Your central issue is Nauthiz reversed. No, it's Nauthiz, not Nauthiz reversed. It is Nauthiz. Nauthiz is the rune of need, and this always means tend to your needs. It's not reversed, so it's not an emergency, but it is definitely a call to tend to your needs. Why? Because you are looking for connecting to your strength. And this is like an inherent strength that you have. So you're looking to connect with that. Leading up to this, there has been a question of value, of worth and wealth. We have Fehu, which is the rune of wealth and worth. This is not money necessarily. This is cattle. This is the wealth that you tend. So this is the stuff that whenever you take care of it, that's when it gives you the sense of value and worth. So you've been thinking, you were thinking about this. There was something that happened recently that really brought this into focus for you. And now you're thinking, okay, I need to take care of things. I need to take care of my needs. Maybe you have now enough resources to do this, or maybe looking at this made you realize, okay, now I have to do this. What's going to help you is we have Ansuz, which is the rune of communication and manifestation. So certainly communicate what you need to those you trust, because that's going to help. It certainly can't hurt, but basically do that, make that connection. It may not even be, it may not even be people that you know, but it will be people that you trust. So if there's something that you need and you know you need to go to a place to get it taken care of, like I need a savings account, then you go to the bank, kind of thing. But just you need to talk to people about what you need. You need to express this into the world, and what even this might be, no, it's not reversed. I was about to say it might even be prayer, but it's not reversed, it's upright. It's you going out in the open world and connecting with people and saying, I am going to this is the thing that I am looking for and that I need. And you're going to express this, and then that communication will happen. Yeah. And by which you will manifest this, because when you express it into the world, then that's the first step of manifesting it. So, law. Your next, well, not your next step. What isn't going to help you with this is we have Mana's reversed. Mana is the rune of humanity and your part in it. It is reversed on the lower line. It's always the opposite of the upper rune. So it's basically do not turn away from humanity at this point. Do not seclude yourself from humanity. You need humanity for this. Yeah, I mean, you may also, you may doubt humanity, and I don't blame you. But it's this sense of, everybody is for themselves and just worrying about that. And then you're like, okay, well, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with people looking at me funny. And I am not going to do it. But if you don't do it, then it's not going to help you. You'll still get along, but it will help you more if you can get out and express this to the right people in the world. And then that will help you with taking care of your needs. Your next step on the path line, we have the blank rune. This is what's pinning the entire reading. So a couple of things. One, be open to what is, be open to what is, basically, to be open to what is presenting itself and what is around you, because that's going to help you as well as you step into it. You haven't been here before. You haven't been in this situation before. And so this is all new, which means you don't know what's to be paying attention to yet or not specifically. So you want to make sure that you're keeping an open view on everything and being open to what is out there and what is coming. Things may feel a little bit, misty as far as, we're not sure because it's new, but there are things that can help you. So one, the main thing that's going to help you is we have Thurizaz, which is the rune of the challenge. It's the thorn, the giant, the gateway. And so just be aware that this is your challenge that you are going through and to embrace this. It's like, yes, I don't know what I'm doing in this situation because I've never been here before, but I've expressed my need and I am focused on that and I am keeping contact with my strength and what gives me strength. So I'm just going to basically embrace this challenge. This is mine to do. It's not an impossible challenge. It's upright. So as we move through this untracked space, to embrace the challenge that it is and to basically just know this is yours to do. What isn't going to help is, interestingly, we have Uruz, which is the rune of the wild ox, which is strength. So it's a very positive rune in a negative spot, which means it's a worry about those things. So you are concerned about strength. You're concerned about whether you can be strong enough in this situation, which is one of the main reasons this came up. So I'm tempted to draw an upper lower on this one. Yeah, so don't fight what you're seeing. Yeah, because it's a new beginning. So, okay, so first of all, the challenge and what's going to help you with the challenge is to not fight it. Don't resist the challenge, and that's also what this says. Like this is resistance. You're resisting this new situation, and that's not going to help you. And also, because it's a new beginning, that's also stressful. New beginnings are stressful. With Verkana, which is the rune of beginnings and birth. And so if that starts to drag you down, these worries about strength, these temptation to resist what's happening, and worries about it being a new beginning, bring yourself back up to, it's like, no, I am embracing this challenge and I am surrendering to this challenge. I am laying my sword down and not resisting and not combating what I'm going through right now because I'm going through it. This is part of the educational process, and this is how I'm going to tend to my needs and also connect with my strength. Your next step on the path line, we have Raido reversed. Raido is the rune of the journey. It's riding, so the horse is implied. That's movement in spirit, so you are directing that. But it is reversed on the path line, which says to me you're going to be wrapping up a chapter of your life. So you may have gotten through this. Like this is just going to be one step. This sort of misty, murky time is going to be one step from the moment when you said, okay, I need to take care of some things. There is going to be some new ground that you're going to pass through that's going to feel very uncomfortable because it's going to be weird and it's going to be different. And you don't have a map for this, but you're going to get through it. And on the other side of that, you will have gotten through it and you can wrap up that chapter. You can basically close that chapter. So this is drawing that to a close. What's going to help you is that we have Algiz. You will have found great support. Algiz is the elk. Although this is a moose. This is an elk, and this is actually a wapiti, which is what we call this an elk. But over where this got named, that's a moose. So anyway, but yeah, protection and support is definitely going to help. Seek it if you don't have it. Feel it if you have it. Become aware of it. Like, remind yourself what is supporting you in this situation when you are wrapping up to a close what you've just done. What isn't going to help is we have Hagalaz, which is the rune of the hailstorm. This is chaos and things that feel like they're out of your control, which could weird you out. But again, once again, this is always the opposite of this. This is always the antidote to that. So if you feel like, you're worried about things that are out of your control, you're worried about the chaos, you're worried about, things that are like weather that blow in and make a mess, and, you can't do anything about it, bring yourself back up to where you are either seeking your support or recognizing your support, because that's what's going to protect you from this. This is why we have this. And as you wrap this is like a tender time where you're wrapping up this chapter. But it's okay, because you're supported, and you can find that support even if you don't readily already know about it. Your next step on the pathline, and what's wrapping up this reading, is we have Sovilo, which is the rune of the sun. This has to do with source energy and basically energy levels. It's the things that whenever you connect with them, they always energize you, they always nourish you. So you will have, through this process, you will have reconnected to where your energy is coming from, your source energy, even reconnected to source, which is going to help you a lot as well. So that, card number 2, people, is your reading for what you need to know the most right now. I wish you all the best with this, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, card number 3, people. Welcome, welcome. So let's turn this and see what you need to know the most right now. The duck and chrysanthemum, which is luck. Lucky duck. So either you are, every single one of these starts like this. Either you are experiencing a great deal of luck right now, or you are seeking a great deal of luck right now, or maybe the luck that you currently have is the kind that you would like, the lucky duck luck, as opposed to the other kind of luck. So let's get some runes down and see what you need to know. That's interesting, because that's actually fate and luck that I've just thrown down. So that actually is a nice match for the card. I'm actually going to read that as luck first because of the card. Even though I usually don't read luck. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That was the middle rune in the last reading I did. Interesting. Doop, doop, doop. How are you? I hope you are well. We are going through rare times in the world. Oh, that was the last rune in the last reading too. Neat. Right, so central issue for this reading. This is luck. This is luck. We have Pertho, which is the rune of the lot box. This has to do with surprises and fate and luck. So we are going to focus on this as being looking to cast your lot and find that you are lucky today. Leading up to this, we have Tivaz reversed. Tivaz is Tyr's rune. Tyr is the warrior god, and this has to do with, yes, driving forward on a quest, but also taking care of things that need to be taken care of, duties and responsibilities. But given that this is luck, and you're seeking it and you're thinking about it, I'm going to first read this as you have recently felt relatively disarmed by something. Something has made you feel like you've dropped your sword, or that you were forced into a surrender situation. This may also be you've recently been turning to yourself and taking care of duties and responsibilities that you have to yourself as opposed to for others. And that's actually led to a boost in your luck, which is really important because you need to be doing that. But it could be both. It could be like you've just basically worn yourself out taking care of others, duties and responsibilities and things and duties and responsibilities to others. But now you're turning it inward, having felt disarmed by all that. And now you're taking care of yourself, which leads you to this focus on yourself, your own particular luck. It's surprises and fate also. So things that are being revealed now, things that are unfolding that were always the case, but that you didn't realize were the case. But I am still going to stick because of the duck with luck. So it's basically focusing on your luck levels. What is going to help you? We have Avaz reversed. Avaz is the rune of the horse. The horse has to do with movement and spirit, reversed on the upper line. it's saying that what will help you is not galloping around crazy. Don't wear yourself out. Conserve your energy, and also let spirit carry you inwardly. So let that be what guides you through your thoughts, through the garden of your mind, and and let that be the thing that is helping you. So, but yeah, basically, don't wear yourself out. This is just because you have this show up. Don't, conserve your energy, conserve what you're doing, and then always refer to and defer to your spirit inwardly, whatever spirit is for you. What isn't going to help is just trying to carry forward that journey that you were doing before you got disarmed. And that's really important because you're worried about it, because you had a really good momentum going forward. But you just got exhausted and you dropped your sword and you felt disarmed and you had to turn it inward so you could take care of yourself. So don't then just try to go back to that momentum, because you need to be taking care of yourself. So don't worry about the direction that your journey has taken. Actually, this is kind of neat because both of these are the horse. This is the horse, and then this is the horse's implied. So this is basically exactly opposites. So this is making the horse drive forward and gallop forward, and this is saying, no, that won't help you. Let the horse rest. And if you're going to do any galloping, do the galloping inwardly, where you're letting your mind be explored under the guidance of spirit, such as that is. So that's going to help you in this moment where this has basically come into revelation, where you didn't realize it, but it's always been the case, and now your luck is at stake, kind of thing. Your central issue, we have the blank rune. This is what's pinning the entire reading. This is going to be key. You're going to be moving through new ground. You haven't been here before where you've actually taken this stance where you're going to say, no, you know what, I'm going to stop and I'm going to let myself explore what this is. So you're in a situation where you've never been in before. You are, it's basically trackless. There's no map for this. So it's like this step from here to here. And I think this was actually, no, anyway, it's a step. It's a step, and it's like going to be your main focus for the next little while is this, not knowing really what you're doing and sort of trusting to luck at this point. What's going to help you is see it as a new beginning. See it as a blank page. We have Berkana, which is the rune of beginnings and birth. It's a new beginning for you, so embrace this new beginning. Allow yourself to begin this new passage in your life. Even though you don't know what's going to come. It's important. It's in front of you. It's on your path. It's pinning your entire reading, so it's very important. And again, trust to luck. Your luck will carry you through. What isn't going to help is we have the Gabo, which is the rune of the gift. This is always an exchange. This is agreements, decisions, goals, and plans, possibly one-on-one interactions. But what I'm seeing here really is obligations. So you're seeing this, as long as you're seeing this as a new beginning, that's great. But similarly to trying to carry forward the momentum from before, the journey that you were on before, carrying forward the obligations you had before when you're passing through something completely new is also not going to help you. It is going to drag you down. It's going to stress you out. Bring yourself back up to, it's like, no, you know what? I'm having a new beginning right now. I'm going through this trackless new land, and I can't be worried about this right now. I'm leaving this behind because this is something that I need to do. And so this can wait. I don't care how clamory you are about it. It's already knocked my sword out of my hand, and I've already turned it inward to focus on taking care of myself. So these obligations can wait with the journey while I sort this out. So see it as the new beginning. It's brand new. Beginnings and birth, so it's a rebirth as well, but it's like see it as new beginning, new ground. Your next step on the path line, we have Nauthiz. Nauthiz is the rune of need. I think this is Nauthiz, not Nauthiz reversed. Yep, this is Nauthiz. This one's really tight and close. It's not like my oak runes where there's no difference, but it's tight and close, so I have to check. But this is Nauthiz. So once you come through this stage and things start to become familiar again, as far as you're getting used to this and you're not as lost, well, not that you're lost, but you're not as unsure of where you're stepping. You will then be very aware of what you need, and then you'll be able to start taking care of that. So your focus is going to be on tending to your needs. What's going to help you with that is that you're going to see results immediately. As soon as you start doing it, as soon as you start taking care of things, then you're going to get that abundance coming through, that sense of focus in the present moment. And this is your harvest. So harvest and also time. So you are going to be seeing the fruits of your labors. You are going to be seeing results immediately. And that's going to encourage you to keep going with taking care of your needs now that you've passed by this central step of the blank rune. What isn't going to help is we have Ansu's, which is the rune of communication and manifestation. I am going to, in the spirit of these other two, see this as sort of like asking permission to do the things you're doing, which really you don't need to do, and that could drag you down, that could give you some mixed messages, and that could tie you up again to the obligations and the journey that you had before. So that's definitely not going to help you. You're worried about also the way that you're expressing yourself in the world at this stage. As you're taking care of your needs, once again, that's not something that's going to help. That's actually going to, because it makes you doubt your own expression and your own manifestations. So it does tie you to the other people's duties and responsibilities again that you're doing for other people. And you should really be focusing, well, you need to be really focusing on yourself, because you got to raise that up so that you can get the luck flowing. So bring yourself back up to everything that you do to take care of your needs is bringing you results. You're actually getting very, very nourishing and good, abundant results from this, and you're seeing them almost right away. So it's definitely good. And even better, what your next rune on the path line is, and what's wrapping up this entire reading, is that you will, through this process, be connecting with what you've been seeking all along, your source energy. This is what always energizes you whenever you connect with it. This always nourishes you. It's source. It's your connection to source. And through that, you will obtain the luck that you seek. So that, card number 3, people, is your reading for what do you need to know the most right now. I wish you all the best with this, and I wish you a lovely day or evening, lucky ducks. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, card number 4, people. Welcome, welcome. Let's turn this card and see what it is that you need to know the most right now. The Hare and Oak, new opportunities. So, you are facing new opportunities, and it's very exciting, and you are above ground, and you are chasing them down. And you can see really well, and you can hear really well. Actually, I don't know how well they can see. I think they can see really well, though. I could be wrong. I know they can hear really well. So let's see. Let's get the runes down and see what there is to see about this message. I hope you're well. I hope you're doing well. Can you hear the cicada? I don't know if you can hear the cicada. There's a cicada outside that's being really loud. That's okay. If this is their season. Oop. I think Raido is the biggest rune in this set. It's not like I'm feeling for them with my hands, but whenever that one comes out and it's really big, it's usually Raido. Okay, so your central issue is Ingvaz. Ingvaz is Ing's rune. Ing is another name for Frey, and Frey is the fertility god. You are taking in hand what you have at hand and shaping it into what you need. You're using what you have to create what you can. This is active creation, and that's the new opportunities. So you're really looking at that. You're like, okay, what can I do with what I have? What can I do based on where I'm at and what I have connections to? Leading up to this, you've just been through an incredibly difficult challenge, but you made it through. We have Thurisaz reversed. Thurisaz is the rune of the thorn, the giant, the gateway. It is the challenge rune. It is reversed, and the reversed version of Thurisaz is an extremely difficult challenge, including internal challenge. You may have had a personal, internal, mental, emotional, spiritual challenge that you've just been through. But either way, it was extremely difficult, and it felt impossible. But now you're past it, and you are now taking things in hand in a very yang way. And the whole path line is yang, except for the blank rune, but that could be anything. So we'll get to it. But you're in a very yang way, picking things up and working on it. You're basically shaping things at this point. What is going to help you is we have Manas reversed. Manas is the rune of humanity and your part in it. Reversed, it's basically you're tuning out the din, the clamor of humanity, and you are listening to your own judgment, your own wisdom, your own drummer, and you are letting that guide you as opposed to turning to other people for advice in this, because you know what you need and you have at hand what you have at hand, and you're going to do this yourself in a good way. Like, you're going to be like, no, I'm going to do this. This is for me to do. What isn't going to help is we have Uruz reversed. Uruz is the rune of the wild ox. This has to do with strength and health and stubbornness, resistance, all of that. It's reversed on the lower line. So what isn't going to help is you're still feeling a little bit like knocked off your feet by what you've been through. That's definitely an issue. And you may feel like you just want to lie there. It doesn't mean you're less strong, and I don't blame you for the temptation, but this is the time, once you're through this, to start picking things up and shaping them. And you can do this. It's not like it's not like you're too tired to do it. You are worried about that, but you're not. You do have the inherent inner strength. The other thing is turning away from the din of humanity. You are concerned that you do have, do you have the strength to do this alone? And also, the other thing that this is saying is, in terms of these are opposites, this is always the antidote to this. Uruz is the rune of resistance. When it's reversed, it's like that lack of resistance is being like pushed over. Get it? So this sort of is like allowing yourself to be pushed around by what people are telling you need to do. So that's not going to help you either. Bring yourself back up to where you're thanking them for their counsel and closing the door and saying, okay, now let's get down to things because I know what I need. And, I'm sure everybody's well-meaning, but I know what I need, and I'm going to do this without interruption or clamor or din. So your next step on the path line, we have Tivaz, which is rune of Tyr. It's Tyr's rune. Tyr is the warrior god. He has to do with taking care of duties and responsibilities and taking care of what needs to be taken care of and driving forward on your quest. So basically you're doing that. You've been shaping this and you're moving forward. It's like, let's go forward and do this thing, but you're also taking care of what needs to be taken care of around you. And that's going to be the key of the whole thing. That's what's pinning the entire reading. What is going to help you with that is to expand your field of vision. You've already done a really good work on this step. As you move into this step to sort of take it forward, you're going to expand your field of vision to take in more. You're going to open out. You're going to be more expansive. And this is while you're still being very much directed by yourself. You're directing what you're doing with your own judgment and your own self. You're not letting anybody clamor at you, and that can only expand. Like that's basically you're doing that, but more. But you are expanding your field of vision as what you're taking care of, and that's going to help you, as well as expanding on. No, I'm just going to listen to myself on this because this is really important. What isn't going to help is, once again, we're back to the obligations. What the people want to tell you is like, yeah, but I'm supposed to, all the shoulds, I'm supposed to do this, I should do that, people want me to do this. And it's this whole sense of agreements, decisions, plans, goals from before that are still haunting you. Like you may feel like, people will easily push you over into doing what they want you to do. And this is the same sort of thing. It's like, I am driving forward, I am doing this. And there's this little voice going, yeah, but they might not want you to do that. And they might want you to do this other thing and they won't be happy. And it's like, okay, yeah, but shut up because I am doing, I'm doing this thing for me. And it's important. You want me to be happy, don't you? So I'm going to do it. So you're carrying forward on your quest and with your duties, and you're basically just expanding on using your own wisdom and your own judgment and taking advantage of these opportunities that have presented themselves that only you can see and that you can follow. And you're doing this very much hands-on. Your next step on the path line, and the only not specifically yang rune in the set is in the pathline is the blank rune, and this is being open to your new experiences. This is a brand new ground that you've never been on this before. You've never been in this situation before. It's trackless, it's mapless, and you have found your way onto it, and it's very exciting. Like you got through this whole process. And what's neat is that this is where you were pushing towards. This is the new opportunity. This is the new ground. So at this point, what's going to help you is to gently wrap up what you were doing because you made it to this point. You can now start a new thing, which is this new thing. You're starting new. And so what's going to help, we have Raido reversed. Raido is the rune of the journey. It is reversed on the upper line, so you're wrapping up the journey. You're basically like bringing it to a close because you've reached the point that you were trying to get to. You've worked hard on it. And what isn't going to help you is we have Pertho, which is the rune of the lot box. It's a worry about that thing. It's surprises, and it's surprises that are things that were always the case, but you didn't know about it. So you're worried about the newness. You've never seen this before. You know it's always been there, and it's always been there for you to find. And it's always been there as it is for you to find, but you are worried about it. It's kind of scary because you've never been there before, and that's scary. That's worrying. And you worry what might reveal itself. But this is, you're here, you're taking a moment of pause once you reach this point to wrap up your previous journey, and then that will clear you to move forward on this. And I'm telling you right now, this is a good thing, because your next step, and what's wrapping up this entire reading, is Yira, which is the rune of the harvest. It's the harvest, but also time. It's basically, though, I'm seeing this as the harvest. This is what the whole thing was about. This is what the whole thing was about. Your new opportunities that are now going to bear fruit. So you've gone from an extremely difficult challenge, which you've done, that's already done, to picking things up and rebuilding and creating something, listening to your own judgment. This has turned into a quest where you're actually taking care of everything that needs to be taken care of, which has led to you found the new ground. You found the new ground to plant things on that you were hoping for. You wrapped up your old journey, and now you're in a situation where the new fruits of your labors are appearing. They're appearing already. Like one step after you find this, like you're already going to be getting the fruits of your labors. You're already going to be seeing results. Life will be abundant and good. So that, card number 4, people, is your reading for what do you need to know the most right now. I wish you all the best with this, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye.